Let's see how to manage the yarns and how to make the intarsia in the round. We're going to work right side and wrong side. And we have 4 different kind of rows. We have a right side and wrong side where the pattern has the main color, the MC. We have the right side and the wrong side where we use the CC for the pattern. And they're a little bit different, so we're going to see how to manage all 4. I am now at the beginning of a right side where the MC is the color of the pattern. That's the row that we start with. I'm at the beginning of a row. I have 2 different CCs, but you can really see what I'm using because my contrast, my CC1 that I started working with is small and my CC2 is large, so it will make it easier to see what we're doing. At the beginning of a right side row, when I need to use my MC, we have a section of CC1 here at the beginning of the row. Then we have the pattern which will use the MC, and it's attached here at the color change marker. And then at the end, after the color change marker on the end of the right side row, we have CC2 attached right at the color change. So this is what we need to do. We need to work CC1, change to MC, change to CC2. We're at the beginning of a row. We have to make a loop, a twist at the beginning of the row. You can see how it looks great because I don't have any holes, because at the beginning of each row, right side and wrong side, I have to twist the yarns. You can see how nice and tight my beginning of a row is, and I have no holes, only because I always twist the yarns, the one that I'm starting with and then one that I'm going to end with, although they are far apart. Every right side row begins with CC1. Every wrong side row begins with CC2. This doesn't change. At the beginning of a wrong side, our CC2 is the last yarn that we worked, so that's the first one that we're going to work. We are coming from the color change to the end of the row, turning, and with the same yarn we're going to work back to the color change. And the MC is waiting for us here to change colors and continue in pattern. Remember, we said that at the beginning of the row we have to make a little twist with a yarn that is connected to the end of the row, and at the end of our wrong side is what we worked at the beginning of the right side, which was CC1. And CC1 is way back here because we worked it and we left it here. Still, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to create a loop. We want to take CC1 and fold it over CC2. So this is the yarn that I'm going to use to come back. That's CC2. I'm taking CC1 all the way from back here, and I'm just taking it over and under CC2 to create the little fold. I need this fold to hold it here in place so it will wait for me at the end of the row. So this is the little fold. I'm holding it close to the fabric. I'm taking my CC2. I never change colors. The color that I work this part with remains the same yarn. So CC2 is the one that I want to start working the beginning of this wrong side. And once I purl the first stitch. Because I made this little fold, this holds my CC1 here in place. So the ball of yarn is connected here, and we have the loop that we're going to work all the other stitches just like we did at the end of the right side. Let's continue working this part with CC2 all the way to the color change marker. And I got to the color change marker. I have the gap here. I'm going to pull the MC to close the gap, and I'm going to take out the marker, work as many stitches as I need. For me here it's 1, but you can have 1, 2, 3, or 4 stitches here. And I'm going to place my marker at the new color change spot. And now we are done with CC2. We need to change to our MC and work the pattern. So CC2 is what we finished working with, is going to go to the left. I'm going to take the MC underneath and over CC2. Always the new yarn is coming from underneath to catch the old yarn in place. I'm going to continue working in pattern. I see that the next stitch is a CC stitch, so I'm going to slip it and then work the next stitch. So continue in pattern, and after you work the first stitch, I'm making sure that everything here is tight. I don't have any gaps, and I can see that CC2 is now in place, attached here in place, and I can continue working my pattern all the way to the color change on the end of this row. So continue working to the next color change marker. And I'm working to the many stitches as I need before the color change marker. For me it's 1 at this point. I'm going to open my color change marker and place it on my right hand needle. So this is the new place of the color change, which means we're done with our MC color. And we need to begin working all the CC stitches of the Intarsia. So when we finish working with our color, with our MC, remember the yarn that we worked with is going over, and we need to pick up the new yarn underneath. But this yarn is our loop of the main color, of the CC color 1, sorry. So I'm going to take my MC and bring it inside the loop, take it inside the loop and to the right, so it doesn't interfere with our working. And now we only have our loop here. So you can see that the stitches here that you're going to have once we place the marker in the new position will be in a different color. That's okay, because we are adding them to our CC color now. So I'm going to purl the first stitch and then pull my MC to close the gap and make everything tight here at the color change spot. And we can continue to work and just purl all the stitches to the beginning of the round. And if your loop, we're using the strand of the loop here of MC1, so if it feels a little tight, no worries, go ahead, pull the yarn from the beginning of the round, from where it is attached. Take as much yarn as you need and continue to purl all the way to the beginning of the round marker. And we reach the beginning of the row, the end of the row, the beginning of the row of the round marker. Confusing. And we have the loop that we need to close. I can see here that my yarn is coming through the loop, so I don't want to have a knot here. So let me just take my yarn through the loop and make sure that I don't tie any knot here. I want this to be flat and open, and just pull the yarn until the loop is gone. Pull it tight to close the gap, and we are done with our wrong side with the main color of the pattern.